We lose ourselves when our brain is not functioning well. That happens to people because of aging. That happens to people from anxiety, from attention deficit. In 2015, I had a car accident that changed my life. It was over a year of chasing new treatments. And then I came across neurofeedback in researching what else was out there. At the end of the day, it was very effective, but I still couldn't measure it. So the problem that we set out to change, to solve for, was really about how can we maintain agency of how our brain is functioning through the years as we age. We actually took a different approach and we decided to measure the brain function. So it's still the electrical activity in the brain, but it's actually controlled by a task. So the brain is under cognitive stress, cognitive load, and it's the same load time after time for repeatability.
As a research organization, we pride ourselves on the fact that we work on things that are demonstratable, proven, and reproducible.
And we had a hypothesis that if we captured it in a way that was precise, so the electrode part controlled, which is under the task, and if we kept the system learning, right? So the system was feeding back into itself and changing the interventions, that we would have a data set that could actually be accurate enough to predict the aging of the brain function.
Turns out to be one of the best clocks that we've ever generated in terms of the prediction and the flexibility to assess brain aging. And I think it brings some really unique aspect of quantification and reproducibility and objectivity. I would predict it's going to be one of the more reliable way to measure brain aging, and that's what the data seems to be indicating.
And so the 643 features we ended up using in the model for BrainYears, we were able to, with just one of our interventions that's specifically for brain fog, we were able to reverse that clock by a mean of 5.1 years, which did exceed even my expectations of the model.
So we were able then to use the brain age in patients or in subjects that actually had been trained or not trained. And what we saw is actually a regression of brain age via those interventions. So the tool is not only able to measure your brain age, but is also able to demonstrate in a small subset of people that we can actually revert this using specific neuromodulation or light therapy. People are not so worried about whether they're going to live to 95 or 100. They ask you, my mother had Alzheimer's, I lost her to this, I want to really keep my mind and as long as possible.